Do you think homes today are different from homes in the past?
Um, and I think today's home has not convenience convenience better than in the past. Um, and today homes have many model model vehicles such as TV, camera, uh, robots, automate automate work uh, automate tools. Um, yes.
That's right. Let's proceed to speaking part two. This is long term. I'd like you to describe a kind of home you would like to live in the future. You should say what the home would look like, where would it be located, what special features it would have, and explain why you would like to live in this future. You have 1 minute to take notes. You can take that. Your 1 minute starts now. Alright, time is up, Sandra. I'd like you to describe the kind of home you would like to live in the future.
Cái home I would like to live in the future is a best home. I want I want it be I want it have one side and it very small uh, really room bedroom uh, um, um, I want it market in bedroom play and um, it wood view. Um, special special features. It would have AI system and model vehicles such as autonomous autonomous vehicle
Let's proceed to part 3. Stand up. How do you think homes will change in the next 50 years?
I think in next 50 years, home has many ways. I think home will become more con- convenient. And I think maybe it will become automated, become smart home.
What kinds of technology will be common in the future? Again, what kinds of technology will be common in the future? What kind of technology will be common in the future? You don't understand the question.
I understand.
Yeah. Try. You please don't wait for the interviewer. Yeah.
I think kind of technologies, maybe or maybe automate. I think it's you maybe AI starting because people for example people can use AI starting for control their home and with it.
What's that worksheet room? Worship?
Monitor.
Do you think people will prefer to live in the cities or in the countryside in the future?
I think yes. People in the future can you repeat?
Yes. Do you think people will prefer to live in the cities or in the countryside in the future? Why do you know?
I think in the future, people can have can live in live in country. You question city or
City or countryside?
countryside. I think people can live in countryside because countryside more quiet than city and it rest than city. And in the countryside, it has
can future homes help protect the environment in the future?
Can you please?
Yes. How can future homes help protect the environment? Next question. Will homes become more expensive in the future? Will homes be expensive enough in the future? Oh no, it's expensive. What's expensive in Vietnamese? That. No, I know that. I know expensive is that. Do you think that it will become more expensive or very expensive? That right?
Yes.
See, I know Vietnamese.
Là gì?
That.
Chắc hả? Không phải đứng bên đó. I think in the future, home maybe become very expensive. Because in future, I think has the limit limit right? Because so so many people lot of cost to pay to buy one home for sale.
The last time you had your exam with your interview, were the questions easy or not? Were my questions difficult or your interviewer's question is much more easier? The last time I took the exam. Normal. So were you able to answer all the questions? No, I mean, were you able to answer all the questions? Like what you did now, you didn't answer all my questions. You didn't answer these questions, so I proceed. So during you took the exam, were you able to answer all the questions? Yes or no? Maybe you answered all the questions. Now, here's the thing. If you're having problem with your speaking, especially for part one is just an interview questions. So actually everyone, part one is just about yourself, right, Jack? The usual question for part one is, are you studying? Where do you live? How many people are there in your family? What's your favorite hobby? Like that. Usual, right, Jack? Is that your question?
Yes.
During the part one? Yes. Why I did a question like this? Because those questions are so basic. So I know you know how to answer those kind of questions. So hopefully for those who are planning to take the exams, you are able to answer those kind of questions. I ask you these kind of questions because I want to know if you truly understand. The part one questions are the most, or it's the easiest part of the speaking test. where speaking part two is you just need the interviewer just what you need to know if you are able to speak at length. Are you able to speak English for 1 to 2 minutes straight? Okay? So without stuttering, without stopping, just continue speaking. That's what the interviewer wants to know. For speaking part three, it's the hardest. Why the hardest? Actually, everyone, for speaking part one, you do not need to extend. So you do not need to give example for speaking part one. It's an option. So it's up to you because it's just an interview question. So for example, if you are asked, Jack, do you like reading books?
Of course, I usually reading book in my free time.
Okay, easy. That's it. Yes, of course, I love reading books. It's a free time activity that I usually love to do. But sometimes you could add, okay? But you don't have to give an example for that. But sometimes actually I get bored, so I don't usually read books, especially now. I use a reading material just my phone. And whenever I use too much phone, it aches my eye, right? So just do something like that. But for speaking part two, you need to make sure that you are able to speak at night. Describe a kind of home you would like to live in the future. What the home would look like, where it would be located, what special features it would have. Special features. What special things would you like to have, and explain why you would like to live in that home. So you just need to hit this. What kind of home would you like to live? A kind of home I would like to live in the future would be a home that is made out of woods, but it is highly technological, advanced inside the home. The home would be located near the beach because ever since I was a kid, I really love going to the beach up until now. And beach is my comfort place. It makes me happy whenever I hear the sound of the waves, I see the crystal blue water, and whenever I put my feet on the ground, I feel like I'm relieved, I'm relaxed. The special features of this home would be like a voice command home. Because in the future, for sure, there will be homes which are technological advanced, and I want my home to be somehow advanced as well, just inside. Modern outside, I mean traditional outside, but modern inside. I really like to stay in this home because, as what I have said earlier, that I like living near the beach, and highly technological advanced home will be popular in the future. So just think of it, Sandra. Why describe? Just tell a story, everybody. When we say describe, you just say it, okay? Just tell a story about it. You don't have to, as what I have said, yes, you need to answer these following questions, but make sure you were able to speak at length. You were able to speak at 1 to 2 minutes. Okay? Next one. As what I've said, this is the most difficult part of the speaking, wherein you need, which is part 3, wherein you need to extend your answer, to expand your answer. And how do you expand that? How do you expand part 3? How do you expand part 3? Example. You need to give an example as much as possible. How do you think homes will be changed in the next future? Oh, that's quite a tricky question out there. I mean, nowadays there are so many technological advanced doors. We don't need any more key to open the door. We just need a passcode or our face ID. Therefore, I believe in the next 50 years, homes will be more advanced. I mean, in a way that maybe in the future that there will be more voice command technological advance inside our homes. Especially whenever you want to make coffee, you would just ask the AI to, for example, AI, can you please make me a coffee? Then AI will give you a coffee. So therefore I think that in the future that homes will be more advanced. Okay, simple as that. You need to give an example because the interviewer wants to know if you understand all the vocabularies that are asked here. And anyway, everyone, if you do not understand the vocabulary, please do not ask the interviewer that I don't understand, okay? What's the best thing to do for that?
Smile.
Really? Just come to think of it. I told you, if you do not understand the vocabulary, everyone, more expensive in the future. What other things that are not other things or synonyms will homes become more expensive in the future? Homes, more future, but expensive. That is a very common word, right? Wait, I'll show you a video. Wait, I'll show you this one.
Alright, team, we're transitioning to flat, but tasks are still going to be on the spot. Did nobody see this button drop first?
Okay, so we can
This
now
is a
do
5.2.5.
from first course the speaking test. This is a speaking mock test of the International English Language Testing System taking place in Los Angeles Academy. The candidate is Daniel Rodriguez, candidate number 014352. The examiner is Mary Shafi, examiner number 443533. Good afternoon, my name is Mary Shafi. Would you please tell me your full name?
My name is Daniel Rodriguez.
What can I call you?
Daniel.
Sure. Can I see your identification, please?
Identification is INT.
Thank you. Thank you very much. We can now get started with the first part of the exam. In the first part, I will ask you some personal questions. First, I'd like to ask about leisure time. What is your favorite leisure activity?
My favorite leisure activity is traveling and watching movies.
And what did you enjoy doing in your free time as a child?
I enjoy playing with my cousin and going out with my friends or with my parents.
Do most people in your country get 2 days off a week?
No, unfortunately, some people even work on weekends.
Okay. Now let's move on to talk about neighbors. Do you like your neighbors?
Yes, I like my neighbors. They are calm and we have we have good relationship with them.
Okay. Are neighbors usually close to each other in your country?
No, nowadays neighbors are not close to each other.
Mm-hmm. And how could your neighborhood be improved?
Alright, everybody, now you see that is how a band 2.5 answer an IELTS question. But anyway, going back to if you don't understand the vocabulary, now you do not tell the examiner that I'm sorry, I don't understand the question, I don't understand the word. What is? Do not ask the examiner about that. If you do not understand, why not ask the examiner, could you please rephrase the question? What do you mean by rephrase? To change some words, okay? To change the word, but do not expect for the interviewer to change all the words that you don't understand, because the interviewer would not know that you don't understand expensive, right? So the interviewer will just ask you, all your rephrase will homes become more expensive in the future? Actually, this kind of question is just an easy question, right? It's understandable. Everyone, do you understand that kind of question? Will homes become more expensive? So don't expect for the interviewer to change all of the words, because he will just rephrase the question. Or he will just say, do you think that homes will be expensive in the future? Or, you see, if the interviewer will ask you that kind of question, you still don't understand, right? So here's a tip. Why not just focus on the words that you understand? Homes become more in the future. How do you understand? How do you answer that if you don't understand expensive? Will homes become more in the future? But it's expensive. How do you? Just try to answer that one, okay? Alright, Sandra, you need to practice more. I'd like you to watch some podcasts and, of course, an interview questions in the internet. Alright? Okay. Sandra, there were so many mistakes you've committed there. Alisa. Hello, good evening.
Hello, teacher.
My name is Mark. May I introduce this man? Could you please introduce yourself? Thank you.
My name is Alisa. I'm from Israel, Chinese. Now I'm studying at high school and I'm 16 years old.
That's right. So, could you tell me, where do you live?
I live in Israel Brodies.
Do you like reading books?
Yes, I very like reading book. My comic and some literary.
What are your favorite things to do during your free time?
I bring water.
What What do you like to do during your free time?
I like playing game with my friends.
It's how do you spell that? Please make it much more longer related to genetic things. Okay. What kind of game do you play?
I play together.
What kind of game do you play? What kind of home do you live in? What kind of home do you live in now?
I live in a local home.
What do you like most about your home?
I like what you in TV can see some movie I like.
Would you like to live in a different home in the future? For your 3 questions, you did not hear it correctly. What do you like most about your home? Your TV. Why do you like your TV? About your home. Not appliances about your home. Jack, what do you like most about your home?
The thing that I love in my home is the kitchens that I can cook the dinner for my family in that place, and we can have the meal together in that place.
Let me see. Thank you, Jack. What do you like most about your home? You are not asked about appliances. TV is an appliances, right? It's a thing inside your home. But I would agree if you would say that the thing, if the question is what you like or what equipment or appliances you like most about your home. But it's asked about your home. So you would prefer to the parts of your room, or you would say that it feels like home because we're a complete family. Mom and dad usually. Also, would you like to live in a different country, in a different type of? You don't understand all of this word. You don't understand. You don't understand. Do you understand all of those words? Really? We'll try to answer that now. Are you planning to take the IELTS? Yes? When? When are you planning to take the IELTS?
Next year.
You have so much things to work on. Especially you don't have a comprehension with the questions. Everyone, you know what's the very most important thing about the speaking? It's about comprehension. When we say comprehension, your understanding about the question itself. If you do not understand the question, that means that you will fail the exam. If you may not fail, but you will get a very low band score. Do you think homes today are different homes in the past?
I think yes, because in the past, almost home here, small and not modern like nowadays.
Okay. Proceed to part 2. Describe a kind of home you would like to live in the future. Use to say what the home would look like, where it would be located, what special features it would have, and explain why you would like to live in the home. You have 1 minute to take notes. You have your pen and paper. You are 1 minute starts now. Thumbs up. Did you describe a kind of home you would like to live in the future? Alright, let's proceed to speaking part 3. Sandra, Lisa, how do you think homes will change in the next 50 years?
I think home will change. People almost live in a big home with a modern technology.
What kinds of technology will be common in the future homes?
Technology, I think is AI. Because design of the future nowadays AI is almost popular.
you think people will prefer to live in the cities or in the countryside in the future?
Thì people live in the city. In the city, the idea can be more modern and people can earn money.
Will homes become more expensive in the future?
I think this